It's Mac the Guru. This is my review for Industry Season 2, Episode 3. And I feel like a lot of crucial mistakes was made. One by Eric, another one by Harper, and then you had other people in this episode I felt like really made some good choices. Now, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. We will be coming back every week to review each episode for Industry, and I'm doing a whole lot of other shows, so make sure you check out the other content. Now, this episode starts out surprisingly to me because episode 2 ends with Harper making a big closing on Jesse. But this episode, we see how she celebrates, and she is wild. I mean, throwing herself at different dudes left and right. She threw herself at Danny. He's like, you work for me. This might not be a good idea, which was smart on Danny because you got to call a spade a spade. Harper is moving up. She's doing her thing, but she's been a lot of problems since she came to the company. You know, very cutthroat, very out for herself. So don't sleep with her, because if you sleep with her, it'll be an issue. You'll be too invested in her, and she moves pretty wild, and she'll end up using that against Danny. I think he is going to end up sleeping with her, but I think she'll end up using that against him if he do. And if he don't get with her, he probably end up getting with the new girl, Vin. Somebody's going to get with her. I mean, they working her in slowly, but they are working her in as far as the actual writers on the show. But let's get into where the actual mistakes was made to me. All right, and it's with this whole Eric and his client. You got Harper and Jesse, and we see Harper and Jesse relationship is building. I mean, he's calling her to find somebody to help with his kid. She does that with Gus, and he's trusting her more and more. Bring me information. She's talking to him behind the scenes. Meanwhile, at the beginning of the episode, Eric talks to Harper and let him know we want to help both of our clients. We want to improve both of them, you know. And Eric, even though he wants to improve both of his clients, he knows Harper has the relationship with Jesse. He has the stronger relationship with the other client. So he wants to improve the company. He wants to help both clients, but he definitely want to look out for his client, which is the guy that ends up getting injured by Jesse. Jesse, a wild boy with the gun. That was just a wild scene. I'm like, wow, this guy's he's kind of wild for actually shooting with people under him. That was just wild. But where Eric made a crucial mistake with Harper, I understand him telling her, hey, you work for me. Don't worry about these things. You know, we got a relationship where I'm in charge of you. I understand that. But his mistake was letting her know he don't trust her. See, when you don't trust somebody, never show your hand. Never let them know that. Even if they feel like you don't trust me. Don't say it. Because once you say it, then they know. It's like confirmed in their head, oh, he don't trust me. And that's basically letting them know, okay, since he don't trust me, I might as well do whatever I want to do anyway, because it's not like he trusts me. And that's what Harper went and did. She made her own move without Eric. Literally left him at the table. I said, oh, God. No, she didn't do one of the people that she worked for like that. It's a cold game. But she did. And she got reached to execute the deal. Danny backed her up on it, right? And now Jesse, which is the client that she's closest to, is more invested into the company. Short term, this was a brilliant play by Harper. But long term, this could really backfire against her. Because long term, she could have just created an enemy, which is Eric. He's not going to forget this moment. Even if in episode 3 he comes and act like he has forgotten this moment. Even if the company lets him go and he goes and works for a company that's competing against the company they are currently at. He will never forget this moment. She has officially created an enemy. And one thing I notice about Eric, when people talk about Eric, they always say, oh man, he's the old man. He's been here so long. Well, with that length of being at the company comes experience. He is far beyond Harper in experience and probably in knowledge and just how to work clients and work the system. This is a bad enemy to create. And I could definitely see later on towards the end of this season, Harper doing her thing for most of the season, and then Eric comes back and bites her. So that's something to look out for. Now, we also had Yasmin going through things in this episode. One with her father. Yeah, at the beginning, he didn't really take the meeting as serious. He stands up, and I mean, his wood is just you could, and then the person she's trying to impress is there, so she feels like he's not taking it seriously. But then she comes back later in the episode and apologizes to him. This is probably because she feels like she needs him. So it's not really about the relationship with her and her father. It's about her needing him to advance her career, which is sad, but we don't know the full scale of their relationship. I feel like they are holding something back from us right now. The writers are, and they're going to reveal more and more about their relationship and how it's, a very broken relationship between her and her father. Meanwhile, she's still trying to oppress Celeste, and I don't like how Yasmin is moving. I mean, similar to Harper, both of them is just, they seem like they'll do anything, and I think Yas is going down a scary path. I think just from everything I'm saying this season, she might end up being almost like a prostitute or selling herself short, really, in the future. I do think her and Rob got a real relationship that they could develop. He definitely want her. He definitely lusts for her. But I think that relationship can grow. They on the same level, and they could really grow with each other. But her mind just ain't there. And Rob definitely wants her. We see him with Harper. He don't even get up with Harper. That was just wild. She ends up sleeping in the bathroom. I'm like, oh God. That was just a wild scene because she threw herself at him again, and he turned her down again, right? But before I forget, we also can't talk about Yas and her other relationship that she did close, seemed like, because this was a very interesting moment watching it with her and Kenny having dinner with the client, because Kenny revealed a tactic or a strategy that is very important at that dinner table. You see Yasmin and the client speaking in another language. So he's looking uncomfortable, like, hey, tell him speak in English, but he's also evaluating him, looking at him, seeing what can he say that can grasp his attention and create a connection between them two. And he found it with the tattoo. Created a connection and then went on to the conversation about the business and crypto. So that's just a little strategy that people should know to do. Like talk about something else, and when you talk about something else, you want it to be something that won't create a super emotional response from the client, because some people can go the wrong direction when they do that. You know, ask about a family member or politics or religion, and all those things is going down the wrong path when you're speaking to clients and even people you don't know that well, because you never know what a person going through, and you never know what their response to be to highly sensitive topics. Now with Kenny, we got to remember this character all the way back in season 1, right? Because he's like a different person now, which is dope. But season 1, he was really like evil to a lot of people, so he's changing his tune, and he didn't had counseling and stuff, so he's changing his tune. And I wonder how his and Yasmin relationship is gonna grow, because I can see it growing too. It's a couple people for Yas where I'm really watching their relationship. One is her and Kenny, and then the other is, of course, her and Rob. So I want to see how them relationships grow, and will her drive and her ambition affect those possible relationships. But with that, I think I touched on everything for this episode. This was a real good episode, and they left us off on a real cliffhanger. So episode 4 should be great. I will be doing the review for that, so make sure you come back. Make sure you check out the other content. It's Mac the Guru. If you're still here, subscribe to the channel. And as always, y'all be easy, be safe, peace.